What's happening, y'all? Episode 141, Bryant Land Show. We are back again. What is that on your head? What we got going on? Why are we giving Krispy Kreme free publicity
You know what? You're right.
early in the morning? Oh my goodness. He is Antonio Marsh with Hunting with the Marshes. I am AB3 with Official Bryant Land, and welcome to episode 141 of the Bryant Land Show. Mr. Marsh, how are you doing this morning with your Krispy Kreme donuts and your free Burger King like Krispy Kreme hat?
Burger King.
Remember the little crown they used to give you when you went to Burger
Yep.
King? You put-
Man, do they still do that?
You know what? I don't know. They might do that for like kids and stuff. Like whatever their version of the Happy Meal is, the Burger King Happy Meal or whatnot. That might still be a thing.
You know what? It's funny you said that. What was that? My son, I think he turned, I can't remember what we was at Fort Knox. And we had a birthday party for him at Burger King because he loved Burger King. So I was like, come on, we're going to take him to Burger King, just me and him. We went to Burger King. He was all excited. He was like, Dad, I'm going to find a place for us to sit down. And he realized we went in the back, all his little friends and buddies and stuff back there. And he was like, hey, you guys at Burger King too?
I had a birthday party at Burger King when I was little. I can't remember how old I was. I just remember we was going to Burger King. It was me and my mom, and we ended up getting a car wreck, and not even that far from our house. And I don't know if I think my dad was working that Saturday or something. And like I said, she was taking me to Burger King. It wasn't like a party. I think it was just like me and her. But yeah, we ended up getting in a car wreck. Like coming around the corner, like I grew up on a dirt road, so we like coming around the corner on one of the roads, and like just when you came from around the corner, this other car came from around the corner and just like hit us. And I mean, like everybody was fine, but I just remember thinking, like, okay, like, we supposed to be going to Burger King. I'm like, damn, I guess we ain't gonna go to Burger King because like your 4 or 5 year old mind, you know how you like process things.
Yeah.
Like you just been in an accident, but you see everybody's like, okay, like my mom's kind of shook up. Like the other person, I don't even remember. That was a blur. But I definitely remember thinking to myself, well, are we gonna make it to Burger King?
Yeah. When you're a kid, you don't think about the importance of stuff. You was like, all you had on the mind was like, getting that cheeseburger or tenders or
Right,
whatever, whatever.
right.
Sweet,
Whatever
sweet
the
and sour
little
sauce.
get the tenders, get a Whopper. You get a Whopper back then, boy, you was living good. So that's the only thing you be thinking about.
Do you remember? You remember you can get a Whopper when they had the special for 99 cents?
Oh, and listen, all that stuff in college, like all that is gone away. Like I saw something the other day, like talking about, like the 99-cent meals, you can get like a Whopper or a Whopper Junior and fries and a drink. The damn like I remember driving on the other side of Columbia. So like when I was at Carolina, like downtown, I would drive all the way to Broad River Road to get gas because gas downtown Columbia was like 107. And I remember thinking that was high as hell because gas right off of Broad River Road was like 97 cents.
Hey, but then we so slow at the time don't realize you're gonna spend all that gas driving over and back.
I would leave downtown, take the back way, hit all them lights. So you starting and stopping, just so I can go get. And mind you, to go to Tillmansville from downtown Columbia, you just take like a couple of turns, and then you get on 20. Was it 277? And then you get on 20, and then you go Oh, so I went completely the opposite way to go get gas in my little red little Chevy. I forgot. Dang, I forgot what kind of car it was, but it was like one of the little mini little red Chevys. Drove all the way to the other side of Columbia on Broad River. Go get gas, fill up, and then come back the other way down 20 to go home. Cause y'all was not gonna get me with that $7 BP gas in downtown Columbia by WIS.
Listen, remind me to send you a video. I was coming down Clemson Road the other day. When the last time you seen a Geo Metro?
Oh man, GL Metro. It's been a long time.
I know one thing.
Them
You
things
been out
still on the
drive.
road.
I know he been out drive that Tesla in my grass. Yeah, but yeah, I saw.
Wait a
I
minute,
saw.
who driving a Tesla on your grass?
I said he better not put that Tesla in my grass. He came real close.
What somebody turning around?
Yeah. Yeah, all right. But yeah, so I look. I said that's the Geo Metro. Man, I said I ain't seen a Geo Metro in years.
Like I said, I didn't even know Geo Metro was still on the road.
Now, see, I'm gonna tell you, if I wasn't on this podcast with you, I'd go out there and wear his ass out.
He's still out there.
Yeah, I paid good money for that sod.
I mean, I don't understand how you can't turn around a Tesla without being on somebody's grass.
Exactly. Just roll right across the front of it.
I could see if you had an F-250.
Listen.
You should be able to just turn right around in one of them little itty bitty things.
Yeah. I work hard for what I got. Look, no, I ain't getting paid right now. I ain't got money to be putting new grass out there.
Yeah, yeah, y'all on timeout.
No time out. Yeah,
Y'all boy
exactly.
put y'all boy put y'all on timeout, boy.
Yeah. And my buddy talking about, man, he said, well, yeah, at least you're essential. And I said, essential me, I still got to bring my ass to work, but I'm not getting
Right. You
paid.
still gotta go to work and you not getting paid, boy. I remember you remember when people used to say like government jobs was like you don't want to get a government job for the security and benefits and all this other stuff and yeah, that don't seem like the thing to do now. But I think it's funny because you know, I think I was reading something and it was just like, well, it's not that bad because, at the end when it's over with, you're gonna get all your back pay. And, contrary to popular belief, everybody don't have 3 weeks or a month's salary or three times your mortgage or whatever the little uppity little people like to say, like you need to have this much saved in case of a meltdown or in case something happened or whatever. And I mean that's cool and it is good advice, but the reality of life is that's not everybody's reality, and it can't always be that way. So like if you somebody like you working in the government and if y'all get paid what every 2 weeks or like every month or whatever the case is, when you start missing out on money, it's gonna hurt. Like I've read different stories about people during the shutdown and what they've had to do and with their families and whatnot. So yeah, it's a tough situation all around for all the government employees, man.
Yeah, because I nice. I didn't experience it firsthand, but I saw it firsthand. So a lot of people, with the government, don't get me wrong. Your medical coverage is good. Um, vision is good. Dental is good. Federal employees don't make a lot of money, contrary to what people think. Because I could leave here and probably make 3, 4 times more than what I'm making now, being in logistics. Okay. So what you said, you hit it on the nose. So I had a lady that I know, and I'm gonna put her, try to put her business out there, but she was strapped, like you were saying, and it
Mhm.
wasn't because of her fault. It's because she had a child who was dealing with a serious medical condition,
Right.
and literally every dollar she had was going to make sure her daughter was okay. And that's the stuff that people don't see. So when you go a month, or let's say 2 or 3 paychecks, and you don't get paid, that puts people in a financial bind.
Right. Put you in, yeah, yeah. So hopefully, you know, them folks up there in Washington get it together. I mean, they in control of all, the three branches of government, legislative, judicial, and executive. So they got, they got all the power. So ain't no reason they can't come together on an agreement. So hopefully, they get it situated. But
Yeah.
I had a couple of questions for you today that I wanted to ask you. As I was sitting here thinking, I got an archery question and then I got a Vegas question. I'm currently in Vegas right now for work. I know you are an international, traveling man, connoisseur. So I'm gonna get to the Vegas question, but I was looking at something online and it said like, what is your like comfortable longest like bow shot? And then they gave like different distances, like 20 to 30 yards, 40 to 50 yards, 60 to 70, 80 to 100. And these are hunting situations, not just
Hmm.
sitting out shooting, a bag target or a foam target. Like this is, live animal, all kind of variable situations. So, and I've seen a lot of people saying like 60 to 70. I know like that's, Western hunters, they like, have to shoot those long distances and stuff. I think when we had Corey on, he's a professional Matthews shooter. I think he said like his comfortable range is like up to 60 yards, like hunting.
Hmm.
And that's here in the Southeast where you got all kind of, shenanigans. I personally am a 15 to 20 yard. Like I'll take a 25-yard shot, but that's just because of my preference. I like stuff close. What about you? What is your longest range of comfortability in hunting in a hunting situation with a bow?
I'm gonna say 30.
Okay.
Now, I practice at 40. I can hit the bag at 40, but I get inconsistent.
Right.
30, no problem. Do I want to take a shot at 30? No.
Right.
So I'm like you. I want to be anywhere between that 10 and 20-yard range.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
why, yeah, I was surprised. That's why I was surprised that one doe I shot more. I shot between those trees.
mm,
I went back and I did a range on it. That was actually 27 yards.
yeah.
And I was surprised at that. And I think that's because I was feeling froggy that day, and I
Yeah.
didn't realize how far it was.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like if you get your wind right, depending on where you hunting at, and what kind of style. Like if you hunting in a tree, like I said, I like to hunt in a lot of blinds. You
Mhm.
get your wind right, you can get away with a lot. And a lot of times, them animals, they be so close to you, and they really, as long as you ain't moving or doing nothing crazy, they don't realize what's going on as long as you got your wind situated. Because I had one, and it still bothers me. The other day, I had one. Let's see, I killed one. I killed a doe a few weeks ago. I think she was at 17 yards. I had another one the other day at like 13, and I didn't shoot because the day before I had a daytime picture of a buck already like kind of pushing does around in that area. So I was just like, okay, well, if he showed up yesterday, then he'll show up this morning. Didn't show up. So I'm sick because that deer was literally 13 yards, and that would have been the closest that I've ever shot a deer. But let no let I let her be because I'm thinking, okay, this buck gonna show up again, which
Yeah.
that bothers me in itself because people always talk about let them go and waiting on your target animal and all this other stuff. And that is a prime example of I had the bird in the hand, waiting on the bird in the bush.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, was it the first, second year, I fell prey to that, trying to worry about these certain bucks to walk through. I can't tell me how many doe went by. I said, last time I checked, buck meat, doe meat, they all
Right.
fried the same.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like like after, and it's always hindsight is always 2020. So like in the moment, I'm like, okay, I'm good, I'm good. And it was an early, like it was an early game. Like that area where I hunted it was an early game, and I had seen that just from cameras. Like the deer they start moving. I think at that time, sunrise was like 7:20. By like 7:30, 7:40, they in that area, and things happen exactly how you've been looking at them. It's just like a great feeling. So they had been telling me those deer be in there between 7:20, 7:50 is like when they start cycling through, and sure enough, 7:35 they come crashing out to hit this area. And like I said, that doe came, she fed a little bit, and then she turned, probably about 30 minutes after they've been in there for a little bit. She turned quartering away, 13 yards, all you could see was ribs. And I said it took a lot. And I was just sitting there and I'm like, okay, it's still early, you know, it'd be cool. Man, about 11 o'clock, it was quiet. Nothing wasn't coming through. I was like, all right, I got to pack up because I got to get ready to travel. But yeah, that's just another situation where 8 o'clock I could have had that dough on the back of the truck and down the road by at least 8:45, depending on recovery. So
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how have I ever had a late morning kill? I don't think I have. I think all of mine have been pretty
yeah,
much early.
yeah. Most of the time mine have been in the evening. Now there've been a couple that I've had like mid morning. Um, but usually like a lot of my kills are in the evening. There's a lot of people. Oh, if you ain't shooting 50, or I shot my buck at 8 yards and all that. And I'm just like, all right. I mean, again, if that's what you want to do, but man, when that deer was 13 yards and you could see her lungs like expanding and collapsing, and when she was breathing and stuff, man, that to me that's where the money's at. That's where excitement is.
Yeah. I get so tired of people. See, why you gotta get me wound up? You ain't shooting at 50 yards. You ain't. Hey, last time I checked, whether you shoot that deer at 50 yards or 10 yards, they both getting on the back of the same damn truck and going
Yep.
through the same process.
Yep. Yep, especially if you execute the
So,
shot right. And to me, it's a lot easier to execute the shot at 13 than it is at 55. But to
you
each
know what
his
I'm saying?
to each his own. That's what I'm saying. To me, it's to each his own. Like whatever, if that's your skill set, shoot, great for you. But I know my wheelhouse, and you get me 15, 20. Like I said, 25, I'm still pretty confident. Matter of fact, I think the shot that I've ever um longest yardage I ever killed a deer at was 23, I think. And yeah, I think 23. Everything else has been 23 and under. Most of the time I think they average right at about 18 to 20. Like they're right in that sweet spot. So
Yeah. Even rifle, the longest shot I've ever took a deer, I think it was 97 yards. It was 97 or 98 yards.
wow. I'm
And I
impressed.
know, I
I'm
mean, I
impressed about
know,
rifles.
yeah. I mean, I know I can shoot further than that, but why?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
The fun to me, the fun is in the closeness. But like I said, that's me. To each their own. What's the worst thing that ever happened to you with your bow? Either in a
Mm,
hunting scenario or like just like on the range.
okay, worst thing happened to me, and it scared the dog crap out of me. So I had just bought a new release, and I was at the range, and I had a habit of, for some reason, when I draw back, I'd always draw and come down like this.
Oh yeah, the sky.
Yeah, but for some reason, when I did that, I did like this. When I went to go shoot, I noticed my arrow was gone.
Uh
And I said, holy crap. So I went, got another arrow. I was like, I don't know what the heck just happened. So I went, knocked it. As soon as I did it, the release came off. It was a bad trigger.
Oh wow.
So now from here on, after that incident, I always come down and up. So reason why it
Yeah.
scared me because at the range, I mean, you figured this arrow went up. So I don't know where
Right.
it went. So
Right.
granted, there's nobody out there, but man, what if it, went through the trees, crossed the road, went on the side, and
Yeah.
somebody's
Hit
in the woods or
somebody.
whatever?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, man, just a defective piece of equipment. I mean, I guess after I shot it a couple times, maybe just from the manufacturer, it just wasn't like it should have been. It just gave out on me.
Wow. Yeah, that no, that is pretty scary. When I was in Maine last year, yeah, Maine last summer, um, went, on that bear hunt, and I think, like one of the nights coming out, I think I either dropped my bow on the ground or like, cause usually I keep the stand, excuse me, like the limb stand on my bow.
Mhm.
Especially like I said, hunting a lot of ground blinds. That way I can just sit it, down or whatever. And I think it like tipped over or whatnot. Didn't realize it. Went to go take a practice shot, and as soon as I drew back, like it, my release was fine, but as soon as I drew back, it popped. My D loop popped. So like my D loop had like some kind of cut in it. I guess it like dropped like on a stick or something like that, which I'm
Mhm.
glad it happened, while I was at camp and just taking like a practice shot before we went back out in the afternoon. The problem was being where I was at in Maine in the middle of nowhere, I had to drive almost like an hour and a half to find an archery shop to get my D loop replaced. Because yes, no, I do not know how to put a D loop on my bow. Okay, so for you people start, oh, see, this why you need to learn to service your own bow. Okay, yeah, I get it, got it. But so I drove, but it's a great story. Drove, got the D loop fixed. Like I don't know what material he's used, but it is the stiffest D loop I have ever had on a bow, and it's perfect. Like it's solid. Came back, still made my afternoon hunt, so it was all good. But yeah, when I went to go draw back and it just like severed the D loop, it didn't really scare me. I think more so of, oh snap, how am I gonna get this fixed or where can I get this fixed at? So I know, people carry like different supplies and stuff to be able to like fix their bows, especially like for Western, like again, a lot of Western backpack hunters that, go out and for elk and whatnot. But yeah, that was probably the worst thing I ever happened, just for the fact that it happened in the middle of a hunt, like in the middle of while I was out on a hunting trip.
Now the only other bad thing I had happen. So we went hunting one morning. Daughter, I think my daughter and my son was out there. He was visiting. I put my daughter's son in the stand, my primary one. I went to my primary two. My father-in-law he was somewhere else. I get in the blind, get ready to get set up. Went to go knock an arrow. I said, be good if you had some arrows, wouldn't it?
Oh man, oh yeah, I've heard this story. Man, how you get in the stand and realize you ain't got no arrows though?
You
That's the
know
one
what?
that got me like
Because I usually keep my what's the damn thing? Popping on with all your arrows in it. Let's
in the
lose my mind.
quiver.
Your quiver, yeah. Usually I have my quiver. See, you know what my problem is? When I got a lot of moving pieces going on, taking everybody else out, I'm so focused on trying to get all this stuff together, and I forget
Yeah,
about what I need to be doing for myself.
for yourself.
Every
Yeah.
every time I'm hunting with family and other folks, or whatever, it just
Yep.
something just goes awkward for me because I'm trying to make sure they squared away.
You try to make sure everybody else straight. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I can
was
see
like,
that.
boy,
I can see that. That's very noble of you. I can see that.
I was
But
just like, oh, I guess I'll be sitting here and just enjoying nature this morning.
That is crazy. I didn't. It wasn't a bad thing because I did end up killing the doe, but I think I told this story before. Like I went slipped on some shoes because usually like I don't put on my boots until I get like to wherever I'm going, to where I'm hunting. So this one morning, I'm putting on my shoes and putting up, loading up the truck and everything, put it in there. Get to my spot, get out, get ready to go in. Realize my boots ain't in my truck. So now I gotta walk in these freaking loafers.
Flip flops.
No, they weren't flip flops. Now I wouldn't have did
That's
flip
some house
flops.
shoes.
I would not put my toes at risk in the wilderness. Um, it was bad enough, I had these like they were I call them like outdoor slides. They got like the good traction of like boots and like the little waterproof shell like on the front part, like the toe in the
Mhm.
front part of your foot. But then, you just slide them in. Like it's just something like if you just want to walk to the mailbox or something, like if you live in the country and you just want to slide on some shoes, something a little bit more sturdier to walk to the
Mhm.
mailbox. But yeah, ended up walking in, climbing the stand in them shoes. That was when I was still hunting in climbers a lot. Climbed, got in the stand, and just like, all right, I guess we just sit here and thug it out. And sure enough, doe came through, 18 yards, turned her head, and I popped in the back of the shoulders. So it ended up being a good day. But yeah, just to your point, like just little stuff like that. Like, you get somewhere and it's like, oh, I forgot this. And I'll tell you another good story. This is how I really started to believe that scent control products is really our bullshit. Um,
Yeah.
went through my whole routine, got everything, got my backpack, get ready to go in the woods, open up the door. None of my scent control products was in there. Left them at the house, and I was like, dang. It's like, well, I ain't gonna go back. So hiked through the woods with my little backpack or whatever, sweating in there, got in everything. Got in the blind, sat there. I saw like 6 or 7 deer that day. I could never get a good shot because they was always so bunched up together. And then if you had like a broadside shot on one, there was like another one quarter the way behind it. So you ain't want to take like those shots. But I was just like, okay, we might be on to something here. So,
Yeah. Hey, all these old heads, they didn't have no scent killer and sprayed their clothes and this little pods you put in the washing machine.
look here, man. Yeah, I know, Papa and them was out there, smoking Marlboros and killing deer in bright red flannel and stuff. But I mean, times have evolved. Like I believe in some evolution, and then and also if it works, it works. Like again, if it worked for you, it worked for you. But it just made me think, like, okay. No, definitely the win, which when I first started, I definitely ignored the win. Like I ain't give a damn. It's just like, okay, these deer been coming in and between 3 and 4 o'clock every day at this spot. I'm going to sit this spot. And when I go sit that spot and the wind probably was wrong as hell and ain't no deer show up, and I'm just like, okay, this is stupid. Why this doesn't work? But yeah, once you learn to play, once you pay more attention to your win, and there's really no reason not to now with all these different apps and different things that you can, as the old timers would say, gadgets that you can see like wind direction and stuff. Like, there's no reason why not to. Like, it's just another tool just to help.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you go home with Kimberly Marsh, you can take all that protocol stuff out the window. Get dressed, drop me off at the stand, and hey, let's do this.
Let me find out she be in the stand with Chanel number 5 on.
Well, now she would do the sit control, but as for that walking in, like I told you before, a couple episodes ago, that walking in and all that, she ain't
Yeah,
doing that. Drop me off right in front of the stand.
drop me off right.
Kill deer. Damn deer walk right past the damn car.
Let me find out Kim getting Ubered to her stand.
I'm telling you. And put deer down. It was like deer looking like, hey, what year model was that? Just
Right.
walk over here.
That's crazy. So, all right. So, last thing before we wrap up. Like I said, I know you're an international traveling man, you know, traveling connoisseur. And like I said, I'm out here in Vegas for work or whatever. Are you a big gambler? Like, do you hit the tables when you out here in Vegas?
Look, I can't even. I check in. I can't get to the room good. Hey, black. I'm trying to have 100 in before we get on the elevator.
Wow. So you a big blackjack. You a black
Huh? The black or the roulette? Uh oh.
you oh you like okay, you craps. Okay.
Well, I do the
You still
roulette.
there?
Black.
Uh wow. See, I don't have the courage to do craps. We
See,
last night we was down there and for the first time, because usually whenever I go to a casino, whether it's Vegas, Connecticut, whatever, like I'm not a big gambler. Like I'm what I call a grandma gambler. I go and I'll put $5 on the little slots. And if I get up $2, like you know how you put the thing in and say $5, and then you get up
mhm.
to like 750, I will cash out and walk away and will be quite happy with no. I don't care about judgment or nothing. I'm just like, all right, I'm up, I'm gonna get out. I should have took that advice last night. So
Uh-oh.
we down there, and a couple of my coworkers like they like blackjack, and blackjack is probably the card game that I understand the most. Like, okay, it's
Yes.
like all right, I understand what's going on. $15 a hand, so I go in. They like one of the guys I was with, he was at another table. I think he put down 300 and left with like 550. So he made 250 while he was sitting there. I take my little happy behind. I put down 100 and I sit there and we getting into it. You know, I got my chips and stuff, boy. I'm feeling good, real, Ocean's 11 type shit. Boy, I'm like, okay, like, let it go.
Was you Clooney? Was you Clooney or Pitt?
Look, by the time the night was over with, I was neither one. So I put, we going. I'm doing good. I'm like, okay, like I said, I put down 100. I think at the highest I had got up, I was up like $87. So I was like, all right, not bad for a first timer. Man, the dealer switched. I should have cashed out when the dealer switched. Boy, when I left that table, I left with three $1 chips. And the only reason I'm holding on to these is like for memento. So it's like at least, but hey, I can see how people get hooked or you have like gambling problems. Cause when you winning, man, that rush is something crazy.
Oh
And
yeah.
you start winning like hand after hand and stuff, and you see other people bust, and she start doling out them chips and stuff, and then all that noise and them chips start coming in, and you start looking out. I think like at one point I was up, I had like two $25 chips. Like, man,
Mhm. Hey, so this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do tonight. Go back to the craps table, okay?
I'm not going to the craps table because I don't understand craps.
No,
Sorry, not
listen.
sorry.
Hear me
I
out.
don't-
Hear me out. So just play the field. So go back and just look at the table, or just you can look it up. Look at the field. So the field has more than one number on there. So if any one of those numbers hit is in the field, you win.
okay, I don't
I'm
even know what
serious.
any of that means.
Yeah. Just go back and look at the field. Just go back to the table. Just look the field. I forgot what the numbers are, but there's like four, five, six numbers in the field. I forgot what it is. Any of those numbers hit, you win. So that's how you just start off. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. So here's the episode story of this episode. Okay, so the first time I played it, right? So I sat there and the guy told me the same thing. He said, "Sir, just play the field. You have a better chance of trying to get something." So I played the field. Oh, I was hitting it like every time. Like you said, I was like, oh man, I like this. So when it goes around the table, they'll come to you and they'll ask, do you want to play? And I was like, no, 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 I'm good. I'm just happy playing the field. So it'll go around again, come back to me. I was like, oh, I'm good. When it came around that third time, my man said, so are you gonna play? So the guy next to me, he said, hey, listen, uh, you making everybody a little edgy at the table because you don't want to play. And I was like, why? He said, because we know you're a new shooter. Okay. New shooters make people money. So I'm like, all right. So it came around again. I said, the guy said, you want to play? I said, yeah, I play. I heard, new shooter, new shooter. I'm like, oh, crap. So I'm like, all right. So green hat on. I started giving the dice. So I took it. I rolled, and I think I rolled like I don't know, like a 3 or something. So now you gotta I think you gotta roll a 3 before you roll a 7 or 11 or a bust,
See,
however it goes.
see,
So I sat there, I rolled, I rolled, table got live. I was rolling. Look, I got so cool with it, right? I got the dice, I took them, I was like, I said, stop the table. I was like, what? He said, sir, keep the dice in front of you. So I was like, okay. So I gave him the dice. So this guy came over here like Inspector Gadget. He was looking at him. He said, sir, always make sure dice stay in front of you and shoot them. Don't pull them out. Don't blow them. Don't do nothing. I said, well, damn, this ain't a movie. I'm not trying to magically squish the dice out of my mouth and put the noodles in and put loaded dice on the table.
oh my God.
so, so the whole time, after I got the dice, I got them and I would hold them in front of me just to make sure that I would throw them. So we got done, and I finally crapped out. The guy said, "Man," he said, "Boy, you made me a ton of money."
See, I ain't out here trying to make nobody else no money. Shoot, where my money at? See that kind of stuff I don't like. Like you ain't gonna peer pressure me into doing something. If I'm cool and I'm over here and I'm just doing my thing and I'm winning my little $5 and $10 chips every now and then. Like man, leave me alone. This
Yeah, matter of
ain't.
fact, I think the guy gave me a chip or something too. I think he did
Mm.
because people are making side bets on whether you're going to crap out or not and all that other stuff. But he was like, "Yeah," he said, because matter of fact, while we was playing, I asked him, I said, "Am I doing it right?" He said, "Man," he said, "just keep doing what you're doing, man."
Oh my God,
He said, "I'm over here making a killing."
that is funny. That is crazy. Yeah, but it was cool. It was fun. Like I said, it per diem. I was like, all right, I'll spend a little bit of my per diem money, but yeah, like when I should have followed my original instinct because, like I said, I was up. I think I was up like 87, $88 or whatever, and I was like, dang. I was like, okay, I'm doing all right,
Yeah, but look,
man.
and this so my wife don't be like we went down to the Hooters casino and man she was up like $250.
I would have
Okay,
walked away.
so me every spin it was black, 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 and you tell Hooters casino is kind of an older casino, and I'm just kind of like this thing can't be calibrated or something. It's hitting black every time. So
Mm.
me, so she was ready to go. I said, listen, leave that 250, let it ride, man.
You go.
Look, she got a chest. She was like, no, I'm good. That's
Exactly.
that spin came black. He said black. I said, God damn.
So. And then the next time you go, it'll be red, and then you done lost it all. One of my coworkers, he was telling us, his father-in-law was in Atlantic City, and he was up 27 grand. They comped them another room and everything. That man lost that damn 27 grand, and talking about the casino felt bad for him, so they gave him a limo ride back to New York.
Hey, listen, what are my soldiers? He said he goes to Vegas with nothing less than 10 G's when he goes out
I
there.
I can't see it. I can't see it. I mean, if I had it like that, even if I had it like that, I don't even know if I could like you just throwing away money at that point, man. You might as well just go ahead and take a torch and just set it on fire at that point.
Hey, he said when he calls out there, everything, his food, rooms, everything are comp when he goes out there. Because they know when he can be able to drop in a casino every time he shows up.
Man, don't tell me about no free room, free food, and I'm out here losing 30 grand in the weekend. Like I said, I can't fathom it, you know. But hey, again, if that's what people want to do, more power to them.
Good.
More
So,
power to them. But
Adam, do you want to tell him we got to tell everybody to stay tuned? We got a good treat for him coming up. Tune in to the Bryant Land Show. Can't tell you what's going on, but we got a treat for you guys coming up here in about a week or so. So,
yes, yeah, somebody got some big plans. I'm curious myself to see how this gonna turn out. So yeah, y'all got to come back and check it out. I'm still working out a few logistics. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it live or it's gonna be a live recording, but either way, yep. In a couple of weeks, we got a something special, something special. Like I said, I'm curious to see how this gonna work out myself. So never,
I'm curious how it's gonna work out.
man, you ain't curious. You
Hey,
already know.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
You
We'll make it
you,
happen.
you already know. You ain't no curiosity over your way. Shoot.
We'll figure it out. We'll say we'll go with the flow. Hopefully Murphy's
Yeah.
Law don't get us.
Right, exactly. Well, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. It's a Saturday. I got the day off out here. No, I am not going to the tables. I am going to go find breakfast and try to relax, watch some college football. That's the one thing about being out west. College football gonna start at 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna go get breakfast and see what big game. Oh, y'all got a big game tonight, right? Oh, y'all play
Get Miami.
mm.
We'll see. We got Miami. We'll see. We'll go ahead on. Hopefully this be a trap game for Miami and we pull something out.
I was
If it
about to
come down,
say after that egg y'all laid last week to Virginia and almost had people getting killed on the field with that field storming.
no. But you know what? You know how you watch a game in the
Mm,
first like quarter something.
you just know
You,
that it
you
ain't.
know how the game gonna go.
Yep, yep. That's the
I
life.
watched it. I said after that they fumbled that ball. I said okay. Then he got down to the 10-yard line and throw an interception. I said, you know what? It's a done deal. They're
That's
gonna lose this
hey.
game.
That's the life of being a South Carolina football fan. Shit, you after that first quarter, boy, you like, oh boy, this ain't gonna go too well. But yeah, no, they Miami and Florida State. That should be a good game tonight. I'm gonna find some way to watch that too. But yeah, hopefully Florida State can pull it out. It won't be another wide right five or whatever the hell
No.
some of y'all
Hey,
at
but
this
before we
point.
go, so my baby girl said your folks treated her good last week, man. She went to the Kentucky game. And
Yeah, I saw the pictures. She had a good time. I saw the pictures, man. Hey, again, people can say what they want. Everybody they root for their teams or whatnot. But when Beamer say it, and I've said it, you know, a lot myself, it is the best atmosphere in college football. And a lot of people I know are going to bias. You're going to talk about Penn State. You're going to talk about, uh, LSU at night, down there in Baton Rouge or whatever. To me, a night game in Columbia and Williams-Brice, there's nothing like it. There's
but you
nothing
know
like it.
what? And so the ticket that my people was able to get for her, whatever the level they was on, it included like all their food and drink and everything while they were up there.
Yeah, she was probably in oh God, I forgot. I know exactly where she was at.
Uh,
Excuse me, I know
I,
exactly where she was at because I saw the seats. But yeah, that's the other thing too, and I need to try to go ahead and get in on it before it goes through the roof with all the renovations and stuff that they doing to Williams Bryce. But yeah, it's an affordable club level style style seating where you can go and it's like free drink refills and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you said, like food and whatnot, and it's affordable. Like for 8 home games or 7 home games, however many home games we end up getting per year. Like it's affordable. What I'm afraid of though, like I said, when they finish renovating Williams Bryce and putting all those suites and stuff in, ain't no telling how much some of them tickets gonna go up.
Yeah. Hey, she said, they got up there, and she said a lot of people was kind of looking at her and her boyfriend was like, "What are y'all doing up here?"
Like we up here because we got tickets. How about that? Worry about that.
So it's like, what? She's like, you better ask who my daddy is.
Yeah. There been plenty of times I bought club tickets like day of for me and my son, depending on what game it is. People try to get rid of their tickets and stuff and make out like a bandit. And we be sitting right there and they be like, oh, such and such, Susie May and them sold their tickets this weekend, huh? Because they usually sitting right here and just be like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess. Thank you, Susie May. She like,
So she met one lady. I think she passed her now. They was down in the Cockaboose area.
Mhm.
So they got to her seats, and she said, "Man, so the lady looks familiar." She said, "I think I seen her earlier." So she said she asked her. She said, "Hey, man, what's your name?" The lady said, "Baby, my name is Downtown Linda Brown."
Oh my God. You could tell she had a lot of maker's mark before she before she got her seat. Cause nobody introduces themselves as downtown. It is not 1983. What are we talking about? Oh my God. Yeah. She was definitely sauced up
Yeah, she
heavily.
said, "Man, it was a good time though." She said there was one family was watching the game, and they were sitting there. She said, and they just left the kids there pretty much all game by themselves. She said they would come back, check on them, and then they would leave. They'd be gone 20, 30 minutes, come back and leave. And I said, you know what? And you said, I said, yeah, they was up there getting sauced up with them
Right.
free drinks.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Come back and tell them kids don't move, and then they up there doing their business. Yeah, you see some interesting people at Carolina games, man. It's usually a good time though, especially when we winning, and you got the place going and stuff. Man, it's like I said, it's a great atmosphere. I'm glad she had a chance to go, and hopefully we'll still be able to do that Clemson game later on in November.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
see.
So I appreciate Gamecock Nation taking care of my baby girl last week. That was all right.
Yeah, yeah. So we got to get you out there so you can experience 2001 and all those good things. But
I'm ready. I'm gonna have my shirt. My I just want to. I want to swing that rag, whatever it is. Yeah, dude.
oh, we'll get you. Something wrong with you. Yeah, we'll get you out there. Hopefully, we can get you out there for the Clemson game. We can go to the Clemson game. So
I'm ready. Hey, can you get us down in the student section?
no, we're not. We are too old to be in the student section. No. No, we're not going into, sir. You ain't going in the student section. No way. The way. Hell no. We are not going to the student section.
That's not where you want to be.
No, no. I did those years in the student section. It was fun at the time when I was a student, but as a grown adult, find me a club seat or something undercover where I can walk in and go get some heat. But yeah. All right. We're gonna get out of here. Make sure y'all continue to hit that like and subscribe button. Share these podcasts. Leave some comments. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe. That way, y'all know when to come and check out these podcasts. Not gonna lie, I'm probably going to be going full like video here in a few weeks.